Say it ain't so. We are coming to the end. And I know fans are both excited to see how this ends, but they're also sad and, to see this journey come to an end. But I want to know from your guys' perspective, too, what it's like and also what it's like saying goodbye to Yellowstone.
Well, I feel like the journey of 7 years, because that's how long we've been doing it, has been such a life-changing, enriching experience for us all. And to kind of get to it can't go on forever, and you also want to leave it when it's like at its best. Yeah. And so there's something really moving about us on our last few weeks filming. There was a lot of love and a lot of just taking stock of what we've achieved. We really put a lot into it this last year and just really wanted to make it as satisfying and as entertaining and as cathartic for the audience as we could make it.
Yeah. Cole, you said it's one of your, I guess the best set to shoot in.
Yellowstone. It's the greatest office I've ever. Yeah.
What has that been like? I mean, waking up every day and seeing this gorgeous.
It's a dream. It's an absolute dream come true. I mean, I have family that are from Montana. They've been there since the beginning of the state. So to go up there and do something special and play a Montana cowboy and have that unbelievable backdrop with an amazing crew. And, the great thing is to be able to see a lot of, the cast, but also the crew grow over the 7 years, seeing people like Christina Veros, who started as a DP, who is now directing all of, 5B.
She was a camera operator.
Yeah.
Season 1.
So it's just like.
She's now our kind of leading director.
It's been a wonderful journey just to watch people grow, on and off camera.
All of
both.
us.
Luke has a kid now. He's married. I mean, there's just all these things have happened.
We got old.
Yeah. I've gotten gray.
What is that like to celebrate each other's successes? And I'm sure that some people have also done other projects. And what is that like to, as a family, grow on set?
Like I said, I look back to Park City, Utah, and Cowboy Camp and Spanish Fork, and to think of, it's really almost 8 years ago now. To think about what we started with in Taylor and being there and really wanting to do something special and different. And, just the audience and the way they've supported us from the grassroots show that was, the first couple of years to it now hitting the edges of, America and now even Europe and Italy. Like I was in Italy and they were, freaking out. So it's amazing, I guess, how far we've gone.
It's a privilege, to go to work and to do a job that you love, but for it to reach that audience, it doesn't happen.
That's what you want.
So we're really proud of that.
I can only imagine. I mean, speaking of watching things grow, we've seen the relationship between Rip and Beth grow. A lot of people are rooting for you guys. So do we get to see them have a happy ending?
Wow, that's a great question.
Well, happiness. These are characters that all they know to do is fight, right? So what is happiness to them? Is it, lying down in their meadow and relaxing and not having to fight anyone? I don't know. But there is the biggest fight on their hands right now. And it's coming to a crescendo. And so I can't give what our last episode is for Beth and Rip. I wouldn't want to spoil that.
That would definitely spoil it.
That would spoil it. But I'm hoping that the audience will go on the journey with it and understand what's happening and why.
Yeah.
No spoilers. We're not doing that.
No.
But it's hard to think of anyone else playing Rip. But there was a chance, or there was a time where you auditioned for another character. Is that true?
No. I just that was the only character I cared about. Yeah, there was, I think, some opportunity to play Lee at one point, but I told Taylor and John Linson, I said this is a character I'd love, and they, it was only in a couple of scenes, so they were a little confused by it at first. But I just thought, if there is growth with him, this is the one that I feel like he's starting down here, and there's, the ceiling is the stars for him, so.
You were right on the money with that one, I will say. Beth is feisty. I mean, she is a dynamic character. I'm sure you really enjoy playing her as well. But what is it like balancing that kind of like the vulnerable moments that she has, but also, this fiercely tough character that will protect her husband and her father at any moment.
Yeah, I mean, it's I remember season 1, Taylor Sheridan, saying to me, "I want you to just take out any vulnerability in your soul while you play Beth. There is none. She has erased any sense of weakness, for many reasons why that we find out during the course of the show. But and that for me was such a wow, who is this Teflon woman? Like, what is that? And obviously, as we kind of want to go under and find out what that's about, I got to discover all of her, and that is the root of her. That's the heart and soul of her, is that there is so much passion, there's so much love, there's so much deep feeling that you realize it's not just a mask. It's not a mask. I think she is essentially a very strong woman, but that fierceness has become out of necessity and to survive. And I find a dignity to her fierceness. I enjoy playing that side of her. I mean, she goes to extremes that one would be she would have been in jail 8 years ago, but in our make-believe world, we get to see her again and again and again. And as the seasons go on, the stakes get higher. So that it starts to kind of become a little bit like a rattle. And it's like, how could she hold this together? And how much vulnerability is going to have to be, faced.
Love that.
Yeah.
The question that is looming, because both of your characters, at the center of the show is the patriarch, John Dutton. And with Kevin not returning, your characters interact with him a lot.
Yeah.
How do we see the storyline continuing without leaving fans, disappointed or just feeling unfulfilled about his storyline?
Well, he's very present still.
He is the most present character in the show
He's
still.
yeah.
Everything revolves around the storyline of him. And now it's about the characters around him and how they function in this new situation that they find themselves in.
Yeah, and the maturing of the characters, the growth of them and responsibility. I think she was talking about that earlier. I think that's the right word. There's a tremendous amount of responsibility on the two of them, and including, the brothers as well. So, but he's very much present. And, obviously we can't go into the details of the story, but
we hope we don't let the fans down. It's really important to us that we deliver.
Yeah.
They were the same people making this show that you loved. It's the same writer that's writing all the words that you loved. So I'm hoping that it will be received in the way that we have endeavored to bring it to them, because it really meant a lot to us.
Yeah.
Definitely.